Hey y'all. Hey. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I am so thrilled today for a number of reasons. So one, it's going to be 80 degrees today in New York City. I'm all for that. I am all for the 80 degrees. Yes, I am. And then secondly, yesterday was a very special day, and so I'm going to share that in some joy news. And I got a new situation here, y'all. I got a new situation here. So, it's been challenging with the sound. So we're trying out my mic here and see if that helps. So y'all let me know throughout the show here if it gets better. Yeah? Okay. So let's get into it, Nan. Let's get into it. Mommy, we are in our new series, our Covenant series. And so we started on Monday by just setting the framework. You know how I do. I set the framework with the definition. And so the definition that I shared was a binding promise of far-reaching importance. Testament, pact, agreement to act together in harmony. And so that made me think about, Vanessa, it made me think about what pacts have we made with ourselves, Lindsay? Do you ever think about that? What pact have I made with myself, with my life, right? And then it started having me think about, on Monday, I shared that we have affirmative covenants and we have negative covenants. And sometimes we are engaged with negative covenants, right? We're just going through life with a negative covenant running the show, right? And our negative covenants and our affirmative covenants are always out picturing. Our always out picturing. So I wanted to explore this today. We had our meditating with the full moon yesterday, and it was a super moon. Did y'all see the moon? It was so low. It felt like I could just run to it. I could just reach up and touch it. And so that super moon energy is an opportunity for us to release all the negativity, Patricia, right? Because it's super, right? So the universe is saying, release all the negativity, that I can hold it, that the moon's energy can absorb it. Yes? Oh, okay, producer. Say Kuset. They say Kuset, define out picturing. All right. So when we was doing the Law series, well, let me just keep it simple. So that which you are creating, right? That which you are thinking becomes manifest in your life, right? So what is within comes without. What you see within, what your thoughts see, what your mind sees, out pictures, it comes out so you could see it, right? So you could see it. So our subconscious mind is really important when we think about our covenants and when we consider what we are seeing. What are you witnessing in your life, right? How are you experiencing life? What is being demonstrated in your life is the outpicturing. It is the law becoming manifest, right? And our covenants become manifested through us, through our thinking, right? And so our subconscious mind is, with the word that keeps coming to mind right now when I think about the subconscious mind, it's a tricky little booger. It is. It's a tricky little booger because your conscious mind is saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But then there's this old story, right? These memories, these experiences, these beliefs, these limiting beliefs that are running the show in the background, right? And I shared this example before. It's like our cell phone. My girls are always getting on me about closing all of my apps in my cell phone because it drains the battery, right? So every now and then they'll grab my cell phone and say, "Mommy, look at all these apps you got open. Close all these apps," right? And so subconscious mind, look at all these negative thoughts you got going. Close all these negative thoughts. Transform all these negative thoughts. I have an affirmative covenant that I am making made manifest in my life. But we cannot. Oh, Gene, I love that. A mayhem maker. It makes me think of that commercial with the guy. Mayhem. He just creates mayhem wherever he goes. That commercial cracks me up. But yes, that's exactly what it does. It slows down the phone and it slows down anything that you are trying to manifest that is affirmative, because it's clutter, Imaja. It's clutter. And we got to clear all of that out. Right? So before we could jump to our affirmative covenants, we got to look at the pacts that we have made with ourselves, those negative stories that we carry around. And sometimes we think we are clever. Sometimes we think we're clever with these stories. But no, our subconscious mind does not know the difference between, oh, I'm just going to joke and say that nothing ever works out for me. I'm just going to joke around and say, I never have any money. I'm just going to joke around and say, I'm a struggling artist. I'm just going to joke around and say that I'm not creative. I'm just joking. Your subconscious mind doesn't read jokes. Jokes don't land in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is saying, yes, I believe that. Oh, yes. Yes, we believe that too. We believe that too. Oh, yes, 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 I believe that, right? And then you start to experience that in your life. And you're wondering why? Because I'm so positive. I say my affirmations every day, right? I'm so positive. I do my spiritual practice every day. But what is underneath all of that, right? When you peel it back, are you finding more affirmative beliefs? Or are you finding lack and limitation in the soil, right? If you have negative soil and you drop a positive seed in the negative soil, guess what's going to happen to that seed? It's not going to grow into positivity, because the soil, which is negative, is feeding it, right? It's feeding it. So we have to work to nourish the soil, right? Our soul, right? Our creative medium, right? The subjective mind. We have to clear out the soil, right? Get it fertile, get it ready. So what are our negative pacts that we have made? So I know for myself, I had a negative pact that I had been running for a long time, for most of my life. And it came out of a story that I made up as a child because I did not understand what I was seeing. I wasn't understanding what was being outpictured before me. That really had nothing to do with me, but I made it about me. And by making it about me, I made a negative pact. And that negative pact was, I'm not worthy. That negative pact was, I'm not lovable. If I was lovable, my father would be here. If I was worthy enough, he would be here. So it must be me. It must be something wrong with me. And that came out pictured in my life, in all of my relationships, especially my relationships with men, right? But I didn't realize that I had that story running, right? I just blamed it on them. What's wrong with y'all? Right? Because I was saying to myself, I'm fabulous. Why can't y'all see I'm fabulous? But my subconscious mind was still running that unworthy story. It was still running that unworthy story. So what are the negative stories? What are the negative pacts? What are the negative covenants that you have running your life. And you can't deny it. Well, you can. Let me take that. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. And what you will experience is the same things over and over and over again until we choose to start clearing, releasing, transforming our thinking, right? Ernest Holmes says what? Change your thinking, change your life. Reverend Jennifer just said, live in the mystery, let go of the history. Amen to that. So we have the opportunity to do that, right? So true. Got to check in with the stories, clear them out. That's right, Reverend Lisa. That's what life is inviting us to do, because life is in the win. Life is for the winning of us, right? I know life is cheering me on. I know the moon and the stars and the trees are cheering me on. I know nature is cheering me on because nature wants to see our reflect in the blossoming of life. Yes, I'm so clear about that. Okay, I'm not going to go there. I was going to tell you about what happened with the tree the other day, but I'll say that for another day. I'll say that for another day. But Imaja, you would appreciate it because I know the trees talk to you, girl. I was having a good old conversation with my tree in the backyard the other day. And the tree said, I want you to win, Melissa. I want you to win. I said, okay, tree. So the tree, nature has an affirmative covenant with itself, right? It's in agreement. Nature is in agreement. So we have the opportunity to come into agreement too, right? But first we got to clear out that negativity as often as we need to every single day, right? Dig it out, dig it out, dig it out. Yes? So we can use the power. We can use the power to support us in releasing our negative covenants, right? So we don't have to go out and say, oh, I got to do this all by myself, right? No, the universe is conspiring with us to clear all this out. Yes? So I want to share something with you. Look, Reverend Jennifer. Yeah, I got my juicy one today. Yes, yes, yes. The Science of Mind text. And I'm reading from page 183. And you know, this is just a sidebar. Whenever I open up this Science of Mind book, this was a gift to me from Reverend Jennifer and the congregation of Rockland CSL when I graduated from seminary. And every time I open the book, I get these little love notes that they left for me in the book. It just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. This one says, love to you in all you do. And that's from Stacy. Love to you in all you do. We could leave little love notes for ourselves in books, right? And then you open up the book and you have a little love note to yourself. I like that. I might start doing that, y'all. Okay. Ernest Holmes writes, thought which is built upon a realization of the divine presence has the power to neutralize negative thought, to erase it, just as light has the power to overcome darkness, not by combating darkness, but by being exactly what it is, light. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. I love that, right? I love Ernest writing that just as light has the power to overcome darkness, not by combating it, not by fighting it, not by struggling with it, not by trying to make it something else, right? It simply combats it. It simply shifts it by being exactly what it is, light, right? And what are we? We are light. We are light. Yes, we are light. And so we can combat the negative covenants, the negative thinking, the negative limiting beliefs by doing what? by doing exactly what light does. Be light. Be the individualized expressions of God that you are. By just being that, right? We don't have to get into a power struggle with negativity, right? Some of us want to duke it out with negativity. It's not necessary. Just be joy. Just be abundant. Just be bliss. Just be confidence. Just be compassion. Just be love, right? That's how we can shift, erase. Ernest said, erase it. Erase it, right? Just by being the worthiness that I am, I could bring that knowingness into my experience of myself. And by experiencing that as myself, it outpictures into the world. Oh, isn't that divine? That is divine, y'all. So it's not a fight. Don't fight with life. Don't fight with life because life ain't fighting with you. Life is not fighting with you. Life is cheering you on to be the light that you are. The power of the universe is saying, use me. Use me. Yes. Be the flame of the candle. Yes, Imaja, the ray of the sun, the light of the lighthouse. Yes, girl, be that. When you're in darkness, don't fight the darkness. Be the light. Be the light. And I'm not saying it's easy. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it's easy, but we have to put some effort in it, right? We have to have the willingness. Yes. We have to have the faith of, even if it's just the size of a mustard seed. Even if you just see the light dimly, it's there. It's there, beckoning to you. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. So it's time to unbind ourselves, right? We talked about binding on Monday when we talked about covenants. What do you bind it to? Yes. And some of us have to unbind ourselves to our old stories, to our limiting beliefs, right? To the past. It's time to step forward. Yes. It's time to step forward and be what is beckoning you to be. I know we hear the call. I know we do. I know we do. So one other thing I want to share, again from Science of Mind, and this is on page 402. Because all people have believed in lack, a law of human thought has been made, which binds the race. And he's talking about race consciousness, human race consciousness. Limitation is the result of an ignorant use of the law. Every advance in any science proves this to be true. The real law is one of freedom. The real law is one of freedom. But that freedom, we bind ourselves until we learn how to change the thought, and by doing so, to change the limitation into freedom. The two are merely a different use of the one law. There is one law, right? And we can use it intelligently or we can use it in ignorance, right? We can use it intelligently or we can use it in ignorance. So there's an opportunity for us to choose how we're going to use the law, right? Because the law is here for us to use. It ain't here just to be here. It's here for us to use. And so we could use the law to transform our negative covenants, our limiting beliefs, right? We can use it to do that, to change limitation into freedom. Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to live in freedom within yourself? right? If we look out into the world, we see a lot of things that don't look like freedom, right? But we have the opportunity to be free within ourselves. And if each individual person individualizes the power of freedom, we will start to see it outpictured in the world. If each individualized person used the power of love and became love, expressed love, we will start to see it outpictured more and more in the world. Yes? So we have work to do. Individually and collectively, we have work to do to shift, to transform, to erase any limitation of separation, any limitation of separation, any limitation of anything that is not love, anything that is not light, anything that is unlike the individualized expressions that we were made from and as. Yes? It's one law. Nan, I see you. What exactly is the law you're talking about? Cause, there seems to be a lot of them, cause and effect. I'm going to do a whole sip on cause and effect. We have the law outpictures itself in many different ways, right? Out of the one, many. Yes? There is the creator, and out of the creator, there are many, many manifestations. There is one law. And out of the law, there are many manifestations of law. We could call it law of attraction. We can call it law of circulation. We can call there's so many, right? But there is one law. There is one law. And we get to use it to manifest and to have a multitude of demonstrations. Yes? So, Nan, put a pin in that question because I'm going to do a sip on cause and effect because it's really important. Because when we talk about what is going on in our subconscious mind, when we want to make change, we have to make it at the level of cause, not at the level of effect. Not at the wholeness, oneness, the law of oneness, the law of love, the law of creation, the law of the creative process, right? And so, whew, you know, our minds take us on these journeys, right? It takes us on these, it distracts us. It distracts us, right? And so I could spend some time thinking, okay, which of my many stories is the one story that I need to change? Or I could spend my time recognizing that I am worthy, that I am worthy. Because if I spend my time wanting to decipher which one is it, which one is it, then I'm generating more distraction for myself. I'm generating more trying to figure it out for myself. And what the universe invites us to do is to choose to use what we already are, to choose the light, to choose the light. Yes? So, yes, everything it is at cause. The subconscious mind is at the level of cause, right? And the outpicturing is the effect. The creator is cause. We are the effect of that cause, the formless into form, right? So, which one Which one is that? It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Pick one and use it. Just pick one and use it because it's all the same cause, one creator, one universal mind, one intelligent mind, one power. It's one. But our subconscious mind wants to take us on a little ride and say, no, girl, you can't use it because you got to figure out which one it is first. And you say, oh, no, I don't have to figure out nothing because there's one. And I get to use the one power. I get to use the one power. Our subconscious mind, I told y'all, it's a tricky booger. It is. So let's use the power. Yes? The power that is vested in us. And it's the intention behind that, right? It's the intention behind that gets outpictured. Yes? All right. All right, y'all. So one law. And that's what I wrote down. That's so funny. I wrote down, there's one law. Don't get caught up. I wrote that down, y'all. There's one law. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. Use your quality. Use your quality, Nan. Use that as your law. Whatever your quality of God is, use that as your law and be that. All of us, use the quality that you are calling in for yourself for 2021. Use that as your guide. Use that as your guide and be that. Practice that. All this is practice, 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 right? My quality that I'm working with for 2021 is quickening, well-being, and prosperity and expansion. So let me be that. Let me be well-being, right? Let me be quickening. Let me be prosperity. Let me be expansion in everything that I do. Yes, Simone, spiritual growth. Yes. So, okay, let me bring us back a little bit here. So the negative covenants need to be released. And this is a great time to release it because that moon is just waiting for all of that energy. The moon can absorb it. The energy of the moon can absorb it and transform it. And then you can erase it. And then we could start calling in what it is that we truly desire to have make manifested in our lives, right? We can start to create our affirmative covenants for our lives. So if you have work to do around this, I'm here to support you. I'm here to support you. Just DM me and we could set up some time to do that. And this is where we're going, right? We have 2 more days of covenant. And so I have some homework for you. If you are aware of a negative pact, a negative agreement that you have made with yourself, release it. Write it down on a piece of paper. You can go outside when the moon comes and give it to the moon. You rip it up. You could burn it up. You can boil it up, throw it in the ocean. No, don't throw it in the ocean. Don't throw your papers in the ocean. We don't want to do that. You could bury it. How about that? You could bury it, but release it, symbolically release it, right? And then we could start talking about the new pacts that we're making with ourselves, the new pacts that we're making with life, the new pacts that we're making with our true nature, our true nature. Yes? All right, y'all. All right. So I think I'll stop there. And it's time to get into some joy news. Let's get into some joy news, y'all. All right. So yesterday, Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday we had our meditation with the moon, and it was the pink full super moon, and we had a good time. We did some work around covenant. We did some work around releasing. We did some work around what it is that we want to call into our lives. Yes. And the energy of this moon is a Scorpio moon. The energy of it is it's time to release negativity. So this is the time to release all of the negativity. Yes. So I want to give a shout out. I got to give a shout out to my congregation of joy who woke up at 4 a.m. and did the meditation with me live. Sekou, Patricia, Timothy, Nan, David, Hope, Suzanne, Pastor Al, and Sue. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for getting up and for doing the meditation with me. It was wonderful to feel your presence. So our next moon meditation is the new moon, and that is on May 12th. Okay. So May 12th, 4 a.m., new moon meditation. And guess what, folks? We are going back to Zoom. So the next meditation with the moon is going to be on Zoom so that we can have more interaction. I did a little focus group with some of the folks from the Congregation of Joy, and I'm going with the focus group. So we're going back to Zoom, and it will be replayed on YouTube, right? So it's going to stream on YouTube, and that's what's going to happen. Okay, so new moon, May 12th. Mark your calendars, okay? Living Life in Joy, Sunday is a special show on Sunday. And please join me Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And so this is what's going on, y'all. I'm just going to tell y'all. So yesterday, I see you, Patricia. Yay, back to Zoom. Yes, yes, yes. So yesterday was my anniversary, my 19th wedding anniversary. I cannot believe it's been 19 years. And my husband and I are going to have a wonderful celebration this weekend. We're going to Paisley Park. We are both big Prince fans. And so we're going to Minneapolis to do a tour of Paisley Park and some other things Prince related. So Sunday's Living Life in Joy is going to be a replay of my very first Living Life in Joy show. So please tune in to watch that. Okay. So I just want to let you know that's what's happening on Sunday. And then the following Sunday, Living Life in Joy, my special guest is Carla. And so Carla is an amazing doula, womb healer. I mean, she's just fabulous. So that's going to be the following Sunday on Mother's Day. So stay tuned for that. Okay. All right. So mentioning our anniversary yesterday being April 27th, I had the YouTube challenge. The deadline was April 27th, right? And so the challenge was to have 50 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I started the challenge. I had 9 subscribers, and then I checked today and I have 18. So it's not 50, but it ain't 9, it ain't 10, it ain't 11, it's 18. So I doubled it. Yes, thank you. I doubled it. And so we're just going to keep it going because you know I'm always in the this or something better. So we're going to keep it going. And so I thank you all, whoever those 9 extra people are that subscribe. I appreciate you. I appreciate it so much. So we're going to keep it going. So please share with your circles to please subscribe to I Am Melissa on YouTube. I would appreciate that. And please support my Joy line at Etsy. I Am Melissa. That's my store. And I have, the Sip Joy mugs, the Live Life in Joy and Connect to Your Yes long sleeve and short sleeve shirts. So I know about you, it's going to be 80 degrees today. So it's time for some short sleeve t-shirts. So grab yours at the Etsy store, I Am Melissa. And I also have the Joy, Joy, Joy socks. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And there's my wonderful Nan wearing the Joy, Joy, Joy socks. So I think that's all I have to share today. I will see you all tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. We're going to continue the covenant journey. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy. Yes. Connected to our yes.